Hey guys, how's it going? Big Billy Boy back. Just want to talk about and touch on the Diablo subject of yesterday. Go over a few more things and thoughts that I had about the game. We're going to be going over Diablo 3 and 4 on this video. The biggest problems I had with Diablo 3 was the whole system with the runes. It gave you too much flexibility. Too much of one thing at one time destroys an entire system. What I'm saying with that is that you'll take a rune, and if you're unhappy with the choice you made as a player, you can just undo it instantly. There's no cost, no anything you had to do to take that away. You just did it. In Diablo 2, you made a choice. That was your fucking character. That's what made it special. Diablo 2 had a system going for it where you made a choice, you put the stat points in, you picked your build carefully, right? There was rerolls. Akira, the shop owner, would give you 3. She gave you one on normal mode, another one on nightmare, and then if you complete hell mode. You got 3 of these rerolls. That's the way it was. Nobody complained about that. It is what it is. Now, going back to Diablo 3, you being able to just take a rune and willy-nillying any choice you want destroys a system. Not only that, Diablo 3's stats, like the stats you would have, were automatically given to you. The choices you could make were so limiting, you guys. You wanted more stamina, or more strength? Well, good fucking luck. You're not getting that. They're giving you what they think you need. And it was ridiculous. And the itemization on Diablo 3 was horrible. It's got to be the worst brutal thing I've ever seen. Diablo 4 even did a better job. But Diablo 3's itemization, you would find a legendary item with fucking intellect on it, and you're a barbarian. Why would you want that? There is nothing for you there as a barbarian. You're going to end up tossing it away instantly. You'll get the item, you'll be like, this is not what I'm looking for. I wish it had strength. I wish it had some stamina on it. But no, you got fucked again. And the problem here is they would introduce a system. It was the auction house. Everyone knows the auction house. As soon as they came out with the auction house, so many people hated it. They literally boycotted the game. They're going, Blizzard is just after another 2 cents in our pockets. We couldn't afford it at the time, you guys. Like, we paid $60 for the game, and back then that's a lot, right? You pay $60 for anything. You want an entire complete game in one package. You go back and you look at old games, they're a complete package. They didn't have microtransactions. They didn't have auction houses. They didn't make you feel like you needed to buy armor to progress. That's not the game we all know and love. But here it is, auction house came and gone, I think they kept the auction house for 1 year before they got rid of it. Because people complained, you guys. And good job, Thank God everyone complained. Because don't let Blizzard get away with shit like that. Hold on, guys. I'm just going to make a turn here. Got to make sure it's safe. All right. Sorry about that, guys. It's kind of dark out. A little risky. What was I talking about? All right, the auction house. That system was brutal. They would literally take items from the game that weren't even drops yet, and I feel like this. I told my friend Chris, I'm like, Chris, it almost feels like they're taking these legendary items, and that's the reason why they're not dropping for us as players. They have already put them on the auction house. Like, there's a limited amount of items you can find in the game, and they have 90% of them already on the auction house for what, $1,000 real life? That's crazy. Who the fuck would spend that? But there is those whales that do spend that kind of money. It's not good. You look at Diablo Immortal these days, there is guys who have literally spent $150,000. That's a home, you guys. Put that into perspective. $150K on a game that's going to be obsolete in like 2 years. It literally already is. What a shit show. They've taken a great concept, a great game, and have made it into a big pile of shit. That's all I want to say. Now let's go to Diablo 4. The problem with Diablo 4 was the system they had in place where you would be level 1 and everything else would be level 2. You would be level 2, everything else would be level 2. See what I'm saying here? There was no incentive to be going back to the old zones. Like, I'm going to be level 5. I'm going to go back to Act 1 and kill level 1 zombies and just farm them out. No. It would be a scaling system you could not turn off. It's in your face. You can't turn it off ever. Like, they didn't have fucking systems to turn that shit off. It's annoying. So many people got mad at that. I told Chris, because Chris got me the game. He's like, you know, I got these extra Blizzard bucks. I'm just going to gift it to you. I'm like, okay, cool, right? I really had no desire to play this game, but I tested it out. I gave it a good run. I got to level 60. I hated it. I hated every moment. They would spoon feed you like a billion legendaries. Like, it wasn't even fun. You would be level 2 and you found your first legendary item. That's not fun. Legendaries are supposed to be something you are like seeking. They're sought after. Like, that's a fun thing to find. But when you're fully kitted out and all legendaries already by level 15, what fun am I having with this game? I'm not. It defeats the purpose. It defeats the point of it. Games like this don't have a very big shelf life. They just don't. The replayability, you can do it once, you can do it twice. You do it the third time, you don't want to ever do it again. That's it. You start to hate it. You start to hate the company that made this game. But it's the same company that made a game that was so good back in the day. This same company fired member after member that worked on the original. And what happens is you get a new company. You get this different mindsets all of a sudden. You've fired all the old guys who made the good one. You've got all these new guys who think they know what they're doing constantly, but they don't. It doesn't work. They try to recreate something that does not exist. They can't do it. Good game development comes from the heart. And I sometimes feel like good game development, it could be kind of luck based. Like, you look at StarCraft 1. The multiplayer competitive scene in StarCraft 1 is, people picked it up. They loved it, right? But it was rare because how shitty the mechanics, the mechanics were great. It was how weird, like, the Dragoon would move, right? Like, you can't really recreate that unless you do it on purpose these days. You get what I'm saying? Like, these movements that you would make with the units that you would click, they would go off into one direction, and it would make it really hard to control your units. But that is a big charm of the game. It's to have these units just going on different paths and trying to fix all that while trying to micro your mutalisks or trying to produce more zealots out of your buildings. Like, you're doing all these multitasking things. That's why it sets itself apart from other games. Same with Diablo. You would have that old school loot system from D2. D1 even had that, right? It was everything in one package that made it so great. It made it what it feels like it's supposed to. If you don't have these core things down pat and you start winging things, it's going to destroy the entire integrity of the game completely. Anyway, guys, this is part 2 to the Diablo rant that I made. well, that was more of a childhood memories, but this is more of a rant based on the newer titles we're seeing. I know I'm very critical, I'm very harsh on this because I know that company was so much better before, and it's sad to see such a multi-billion-dollar company just fall like that, like it has. As soon as they merged with Activision, it was all over. It was a matter of time. All kings must fall. Anyway, guys, take care. Hope you liked the video. See you next time.